What's good, everybody? This is Showtime with Showtime's Fight Forum. Thank you guys for watching. As always, let's just go ahead and get right into it, y'all. So, I have to do a quick recap on my man's Manny Pacquiao, who just boxed and got boxed up by Ugas, the regular 147, who's, classified as a welterweight, champion. I think he's WBA. Yeah. So this fight I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very competitive fight. I thought it was a fun fight. I thought Manny's footwork did not look as normal as it should or as it did before. I don't think his legs were as good, especially in the later rounds. He just really just started to telegraph his shots, started to go straight line. Like he's always straight line, but it was just not that same pop. And then also getting back, defense wasn't there. Ugas just sat there and just countered him to death, and his shots looked like they hurt. And so I was very impressed with Ugas. I hope next he does fight Errol Spence, since obviously we're not going to see the Manny Pacquiao and Spence, and I'm genuinely happy that we didn't see Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. Don't think that fight would have been. I already said it wasn't going to be competitive. I told you guys he was going to probably get the finish. Now I'm 1,000% sure that he was going to get the finish. Manny just didn't look good in the later rounds. Errol Spence with that pace, with those combinations, with that power, he was going to stop Manny, man. I'm sorry, he was going to. Ugas is he's a different kind of fighter. He's nowhere near Errol Spence, but let's factor in things. Errol Spence is the longer fighter. He's the bigger fighter. He's the better fighter. He's also the younger fighter when it comes to comparison to Ugas. In what way was Manny going to beat Errol? What way was it going to be competitive? Some people are going to say, oh, well, it was the short camp, the flip, this, that, and the third. People forget Ugas also had a short camp. People forget that he wasn't prepared for Manny Pacquiao. He wasn't preparing for him. He was preparing for Marcos Maidana's brother. And he fell out because of, I think, COVID. So, I mean, they both had short term. They both had a switch. And guess what? The better man won. Who was Ugas? But yeah, it was a cool fight. I thought it was interesting. Hopefully Manny retires. Honestly, I don't think we really need to see much of him. Or I would say probably don't fight any more bigger name fighters. I don't think he's at that level anymore. 2-year layoff is a big layoff for somebody that's 42. That's very, very big. Not somebody that's 30 who can just bounce back. Now, the big news and what I really wanted to talk about is the talk of the town in the combat sports world, and that is Gable Steveson. All right, so he is an athletic freak. Let's just go ahead and break this out right now. He's 6'1", 276, and this dude is athletic. Athletic. All right? My man's, after matches, does full-on backflips. Effortlessly. And he's a heavyweight. So the talk of the town is now he's done with his wrestling career. He's not being a Jordan Burroughs. He's not going back into the Olympics. He's not going back into college. He's basically saying, hey, I'm an NFL draft pick. Who wants me? Now, let me go ahead and break down a little bit of Gable before I should have said this. He just won the Olympic gold medal. I believe he's only, 20 years old, 21 years old? He's young as hell. Just won an Olympic gold medal. And that match was ridiculous. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube. That match was phenomenal. He was up 5-0. The next thing I know, he was down 8-5. And then it was 30 seconds left. And then it turned out to be 12 seconds left. And he came back and won. That was in style, class. Literally last second buzzer beater. Crazy. He won the national title for college. He wrestled at Minnesota, who's greatly known for great heavyweights. Brock Lesnar went there. And they have a bit of a relationship there as well, which is going to be a bit of a hint to the future. Now, and he only lost to one person in his college career. And Anthony Cassara, who is a Penn State wrestler, that's the only person he ever lost to in college. So outside of that, he's literally beating everybody. Gable has a decision that he's going to make in the future, which is going to be, where am I going next? Am I going MMA? And then if I go MMA, where am I going? Am I going UFC? Am I going Bellator? Or hell, who knows, PFL? Or do I go WWE? Or do I go AEW? What should I do? I would love to hear what you guys think he should do. Obviously, it's his decision. He's going to make a decision. But I just want to hear what everybody else think. Now, I'm going to give you my personal opinion, what I think he should and shouldn't do. Number one, he should never go to the UFC right away. Hell no. I don't even think he's really considering it. I think he just met, or I don't even know if he really met with Dana, but I think he did meet with the people in the UFC. I don't think it's a smart decision. One, those are the best fighters in the MMA community. Heavyweight has also evolved like crazy when it comes to the top of the crop. And my thing is he'll wash a few people, but then get to the top really, really quick, and then he will get skunked on by like the Cyril Gans and the Francis Ngannous. And then it's the factor of how much are they really going to pay Gable? Gable's going to be a big time attraction. Let's keep it a stat. That's my thing. Gable will be a star in whatever he does. He has the personality, he has the athleticism, and he's talented as hell. All that combined, featured the fact that he is American and American sport, they will blow him up. He will be big time. Early, not late. Early. UFC is not going to pay a man who has never fought ever big time money. It's just not going to happen. The only way that's going to happen if you're CM Punk. And CM Punk was already one of the most popular wrestlers of all time, and definitely one of the popular wrestlers in that decade at the time the UFC even signed him and to make that money. Gable, while popular, he's not there yet. A lot of people do not know who Gable is yet. Most people know who CM Punk is. That's just a fact. Brock Lesnar, same exact thing. He was already a star in the WWE before he came to the UFC to get that big money. And even then, he didn't even fight in the UFC first. He fought in Japan and then came to the UFC to fight. So it's not, I don't think it's wise for him to go to the top of the crowd where they're not going to pay him that much already. He's going to have better options. I'm telling you right now, Bellator will pay him a lot more to start off. If he's going to start his MMA career, easily start off at a Bellator. They treat their people, especially the people they know that can be stars, they treat them very well. They bring them up smart. They have them fight the worst of the worst. Get that reputation up. Get that name up. You're still getting paid good money, though. You still get your sponsorships. And then, once we feel like you're ready, boom, you the megastar. You're the head of the company. Now, that is the smart way to go if he's going MMA. We already seen it with the AJ McKees, okay? They tried it with Ed Roof, but Ed Roof flopped. He wasn't as good. They did it with Darian Caldwell. Turned out to be champion. So, like I said, MMA, go Bellator, and then maybe go to the UFC after you skunk everybody out for Bellator. Oh yeah, not to mention the biggest reason of all too. The competition is not as good. There ain't no Francis Ngannous in Bellator. Get away from that right now. Nobody wants that. I'm talking about for the next 2 years. Cyril Gane is not there. So stay there. Stay in Bellator. Now, the route that I believe he should go, and the smartest route in my opinion, is to go wrestling. Go pro wrestling. That is the easiest way to make your money because you already a big time star, and we already have templates of wrestlers that transition into WWE really well. Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle are the names that you really think of. More so Kurt Angle because he was an Olympic gold medalist. Now, you have the personality for it. You have the athleticism for it. And I believe you've been training for it because, I mean, realistically, it seems like that's been your dream since you were a kid. Go to the training center in Orlando, get your skills up. You already have the personality. Go out there, man. Make your money. And then, after, you could be your Brock Lesnar. Be part-time eventually, and then say, all right, now I'm ready to go to the WWE. Now I'm ready to go to Bellator, or I'm ready to go to the UFC. Even though if you go to a WWE route, then I would say go UFC, don't go Bellator, because UFC will pay you top of the crop money if you're a star. So yeah, that's the route I think he should go. I think that's the route he will go, is the WWE. Now AEW, I think that was just publicity. I think he's just doing that to be cute. Not to say that AEW won't pay you, because I'm pretty sure that's the reason why a lot of people are floating over there now. But you want your notoriety to be in the biggest company in wrestling, which is right now still the WWE. AEW is still solid though, but I'll still probably go WWE. My producer might disagree, might agree, I don't know, because he's more of a wrestling head than I am. But I think that's the smartest way to go. But I would love to hear how you think about Gable, what you think about Gable, what he should do, what you think he will do. But I have to say I'm a big fan, and I hope whatever he does, he succeeds in. And as long as he has a good head on his shoulder, I don't know the dude personally, so I can't say he does. But hopefully he does, and then, make as much money as he can because he is talented. But thank you guys. This is Showtime's Fight For. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and all that good stuff.